Hey, what's up, guys? I'm back. It's been a while. It's been a while. Hold on a minute. It's all situated. All right, now that I can see. Shut up, Kevin. Shut up, Kevin. Okay. All right. Hello. Hold on. Let me go back up here. Valentine, Dancer Girl, Jade. What's up, Duck? Hello. 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 We're back. Nessa, hello. No one. Hello. Stephanie, Nathan, Death, Tommy, Rick. What's up, peeps? It's good to be back. How is everybody doing? Why didn't I respond to you and dress to impress? That was like months ago. Liam, what's up? I don't know. I'm sorry for not responding to you and dress to impress. Speaking of which, that's a good point you brought up. We got to play that again sometime. We got to play dress to impress again. 14-month anniversary? What? 14 months, Cat? No way. No way. You're new to my channel, Anthony. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I used to be Anthony. Not anymore. Not anymore. I am glad to be back as well. This is my first day back streaming. I had surgery. When the hell was that? It's been a while, guys. It's been a while. I recovered fine. By the way, I recovered fine. I remind you of Dexter. Oh, thank you. Thank you. You know, I never watched Dexter. I watched like some episodes of Dexter. My wife, Jules, really, really loved Dexter. She's seen it all. But I have, I've only seen a few. Play Cyberpunk? We're not going to play Cyberpunk. I thought about playing Cyberpunk. Mama Grizz subbed with a, what? Mama Grizz, thank you for the sub. Yay! Appreciate that. Appreciate that very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Taking away. Oh, I'm reading stuff. 21 days till vacation. Very nice, very nice. I missed you guys too. Thanks for coming back and saying hello. It's good to be back. What did I have surgery on? I had a septoplasty. Guys. And I figured someone would ask. I'm not streaming on TikTok. I'm streaming on YouTube and Discord. Discord? Jesus. Twitch? YouTube and Twitch right now. So I can do whatever I want. I can do whatever the hell I want. I'm not playing games tonight. This is going to be a short stream because I'm still struggling. Cat gifted a tier 1 sub to OCD. Hooray. Thank you, Cat. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice, guys. Really appreciate all the support. TikTok is buns. Anyways, I'm not playing any games. We're doing food news. Which I will make into some YouTube content. So, as we get into these stories, guys, the more the merrier as far as comments, as far as engagement. It'd be great. It'd be great to see you guys chat about this. Welcome back. Thank you. It's good to be back. RDR2 before Chef. You know, I've been playing a little bit of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, although I haven't played it in a little while. I haven't been doing much last week. But anyways, listen. Somebody asked what kind of surgery I had. So, I've taken the liberty, guy. I've taken the liberty. This is what I had done, okay? This is what I had done. This is not like a graphic, okay? This is not like a graphic thing here. This is just
your nasal septum.
This is what
a
happened.
thin wall that divides the inside of your nose.
We're gonna learn
right
some things.
Left sides.
Your septum, right?
It's made
inside,
of soft, flexible cartilage
inside
in
your nose. I did
and
not have a
bone in
nose
the
job.
back.
Okay, nothing on the
A thin
outside
layer
was
of tissue
touched.
called the nasal mucosa covers the septum.
The septum is inside your nose. You can't see
if you have
it.
a deviated septum, your septum is bent instead of straight.
All right, you see that? You see that right there? Your septum's supposed to be totally straight. All right? That way when you breathe in, it's like it's like a tunnel, okay, in your nose. When you breathe in, it's not supposed to be blocked. Air is just supposed to go straight into your nose, right? You're supposed to be able to breathe. Well, my breathing sucked through my nose, and it's caused a whole bunch of problems. And my septum, actually, mine was like an S. So this is deviated on one side. You see how it's like curved right there? Mine was curved on both sides. So like toward the bottom, it was curved on one side, and toward the top, it was curved on the other. It looked like an S. It was, oh God, it sucked. It's S for Scubes. That's right. What's my opinion on butter prices? I don't know what's going on with butter prices, guys. It's not a nose job. A nose job is a rhinoplasty. A nose job is changing the aesthetics of your outside nose. I didn't do nothing. This is the same nose. It's all done on the inside. MB2K. Duck just gifted 5 subs? What? Duck, thank you for gifting 5 subs, my man. I appreciate that. Hooray. Thank you, guys. Thank you. All right.
A deviated septum can block
What happened?
airflow through your nose.
So mine was partially blocking the air coming through my nose.
With your nasal septum is called a
Here's
nasal
what they did.
septoplasty.
Yes, I'm glad they got it. I got it
The
correct.
surgeon will make an incision in the mucosa inside one of your nostrils.
So the incision was on the right side of my nose in here, a little tiny
the mucosa
incision.
will be lifted away from the septum so the surgeon can see it.
This is gross. So that's all cartilage. That white part is all
To straighten
cartilage.
the septum, the surgeon may make a few cuts in the
I don't know
cartilage
I
to
don't know if
relax
he
it.
did that or not. Ducky with the red sub badge. Woo!
Sometimes the bent part of the septum may need to be removed.
They didn't remove any of this. Okay, they did not remove
Your
any of
surgeon
this.
will leave behind enough cartilage to support
Inside
your nose.
nose job, yes.
After the procedure,
Inside
the
nose
incision
job.
will be closed with stitches.
Is that
In
it?
some cases where your septum isn't removed, more stitches will be passed through your septum.
This video sucks. Anyways, they fixed my septum, okay? Now it's straight and I can breathe. It's still swollen. Like there's a lot of swelling inside. You can't really tell from the outside. I'm still as ugly as I used to be. But there's some swelling on the inside. I sound a little bit nasally. So it's going to be a little while. It's going to be a little while. Like the full recovery is like, it can be a couple months. It can be a couple months.
To keep it straight.
It sucks. But I'm hanging in there. Wait a minute. Lamb chops. Oh, I love lamb. I freaking love lamb, guys. Oh, yeah. Lamb gyros? Oh, hell yeah. You have asthma? Mr. Cheesecake. Oh, asthma sucks. I don't have asthma, thankfully. Now you don't snore. You know what's weird is I never snored. That's what's crazy. I mean, most people that have a deviated septum, I think, probably snore. I didn't. But man, my breathing through my nose sucked. But now it's much better. The packing. Oh my God, the packing, Rick. Oh, why? You're gonna give me PTSD, dude. Okay, so afterwards, after surgery, they put packing in your nose. And most people think like your nose is only like this that you can see. It's not, because it curls back into your head and eventually goes back down into your throat, right? That's the whole breathing system there. So the freaking packing that they put in, it's like if I were to hold it up, it's probably this long. Okay? It's probably this long. So think about someone shoving they're almost like Q-tips, but they're softer, into your nose, like this far into your nose. Oh my God. And then they leave it there for a week. It was the absolute worst. It was the worst. No one knows how to prepare lamb where you live. Lamb's tough. You can overcook lamb really easily because it's more of a delicate meat, I would say. And you barely got to hit like 135. I think is a good temp for lamb personally. You have a deviated septum repaired 13 years ago. Oh man, see, Ruth, there you go. You know what I'm talking about. You're poor nosy. Faye Bay Jules. So a tampon in the nose hole. You know, it's funny. They call them tampons. I don't know if that's a European thing, but they call them tampons. They're not actually tampons, but that's what they call them. So yeah, they shoved a bunch of tampons in my nose. And if you're just getting here now and that was the first thing you heard me say on my stream, I'm sorry. You missed out on a lot. You missed. Oh, God, you missed out on a lot. Anyways, no, you're not clipping that. Don't clip that. Good grief. Good grief. What's been going on here, guys? I've been out of the streaming game for like 2 weeks. Have you guys been watching Papa Grizz and Jared Benson? I've been meaning to I got to get in contact with those boys. We got to play some more Repo. We got to play some games together. That'd be fun. That'd be fun. Of course we have Mama Grizz. Of course we have. Fast food sim. I might be over fast. What? Duck, no way, dude. Duck just gifted 5 more subs. What? Unbelievable, guys. Hooray. The Duck is back. Duck must have got like a bonus at work, like a bonus check or something. That's crazy, man. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. It's good to be back. So we got some food news. I've been he got his tax returns. That's what it is. Duck got his tax returns. Hell yeah. Pay raise and tax returns. Anybody get money back from the government? I got a little bit. Back this year. Which I'm shocked. I'll be the first one to say that the tax system in the United States is broke AF. But if you know someone that knows how to manipulate it, it's great. Ooh, you got a lot back. Yeah, there you go. Everything in the US is broke as fuck. No, Kat, you owed money? Did anybody owe money? Who owed money back to the gov? To the feds? Rick, you owed? Oh man. But I probably won't pay. There you go. I won't tell anybody. Guys, don't tell anybody that Rick's not gonna he's not gonna pay. Tax evasion. They're probably not gonna come after you if it's a small amount, you know. If it's like tens of thousands, yeah, they'll probably notice that. But maybe not. I don't know. There's so many people getting fired left and right. I don't know if they have anybody to review the tax returns anymore. So you might be lucky on that. This might be your year. This might be the year to not pay your taxes, guys. I'm just saying. I'm not suggesting that. You did not hear Chef Scubes tell you not to pay your taxes. I'm just saying that this year might be the year that it might go unnoticed. It's possible. We don't know. They're just trying to deport you if you don't pay. Damn, Febe Jules, that's too real, man. That is too real. All right, let's get into food news, guys. I found some things that I don't know, piss me off, I guess. These things make me so mad. We talked about one of these in Discord, which I'm gonna share that. Actually, that story will be the second story we talk about. But yeah. Deport you to where? I don't know. Kansas, maybe. Might deport you back to Kansas. What if they started deporting people across state lines? Like, if you were an American, obviously they can't deport you out of the U.S., but maybe they'll just put you back, like, where you were born or something. Like, oh, you were born in Mississippi? Okay, yeah, we're gonna deport you back to Mississippi. We don't want you anymore. All right, food news with Scubes. Are you ready for this? Here it is. And the subject about these first couple is Food and beverage companies are getting sued for millions of dollars by people who are dumb. And it's driving me insane. It's driving me insane. These freaking news article. I can't take it anymore. I can't take seeing this stuff anymore. Starbucks ordered to pay $50 million to a delivery driver burned by hot tea. What? I'm in the wrong business. Somebody just go to Starbucks, get in any kind of drive-through that serves a hot beverage, and just spill it all over yourself. That's the way to get rich in America these days. $50 million. Huh? Now, I don't know if they paid this. There's a video attached to this because what WTF? Blame McDonald's. Yes. So when I was growing up, that was a big thing. McDonald's, it was the first time I've ever heard about this. I think the first time anybody had ever heard about this. I think there was a woman, I don't know if it was like the 90s. It might have been way back in the 90s. This woman spilled hot coffee on herself. I don't know if they spilled it or well, whatever. Hot coffee got spilled on her at McDonald's, and she sued for millions of dollars and won. And from then on, it was like the craziest thing. And now it's happening all over the place. So let's watch this crazy ass video. It was 1992. Damn, I was alive. I was alive in 1992. That was amazing. That was amazing. All right, here we go. I gotta hear this.
Starbucks plans to appeal a $50 million jury verdict awarded to a man who says that he was severely burned by hot tea.
It happened 5 years ago at a drive-through right here in Los Angeles.
5 years ago,
KTLA's
and they're just now getting around to it?
In the Adams Normandy neighborhood of South LA with the new details. Hi, Jacqueline.
Hi, good morning to you both. So we're at that Starbucks where this incident happened. You guys mentioned a little more than 5 years ago. We're going to interview this man live real quick. He's in the drive-thru ordering something to drink.
Why?
Okay, sir, so you said you just heard about this incident, and what did you first think of it?
Like I said, it was really crazy because to waste hot coffee on you and
What?
get burnt like that, it's really crazy.
Does this interview
Like I said,
even
same
serve a
thing happened at
purpose?
McDonald's, and they should,
They're just
you know,
finding
be a
some
little more
random
careful
guy
with
that they're like, hey, this happened
with,
5 years ago. What do you
cup
think about
holders
this?
or something to help that.
Now, when you heard of this, were you
Really
somewhat
quiet?
hesitant going through a Starbucks line or ordering a hot drink? What are you getting?
No, I'm getting a large, large black coffee.
Okay.
And
He's
I was
gonna
gonna
spill
stop
it all
down the
over
block
himself.
to
That's
get
what he's
something.
gonna
I
do.
said, you know what? I'm almost at work. Let me go to Starbucks. I see it on the way to work. So let me go here. You know,
And when the barista hands you your drink, are you gonna make sure everything is secure and the lid's on tightly?
No, you're gonna spill it on yourself, and you're gonna sue for millions of dollars.
Yes, I am,
Get
actually,
in
I
the
am.
program here.
but you know, it's really crazy though. Something like that happened this morning. I mean, just period. So. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate your
Wow,
time.
thank you for
Enjoy
that
your
wonderful
Monday.
interview.
Happy St. Patrick's Day. So you guys, let's show you this video of what we're talking
Yes.
about as I step
Show me the
down
video.
from the drive-through line. So
Okay.
here's a video of the incident. Like
Here
we
we
mentioned,
go.
happened a little more than 5 years ago. You
can't
can see
escape
the guy,
cameras.
Michael Garcia, who was working as a delivery driver at the time. He was picking up an order of 3 venti
Oh,
hot
damn.
teas at the drive-through as he picks up one of the.
Oh, you gotta
who was
watch
working
this.
as
We
a
gotta watch
delivery-
this again.
So you guys, let's show you this video
gotta watch this
of
again.
what we're talking about as I step down from the drive-through line. So here's a video of the incident, like we mentioned, happened.
All right. I can't see. It's so hard to tell with this video if the lids are on right. Like, who's to blame for this? And yes, I hate those carriers too. They're so flimsy, and they put like completely full drinks. They max it out, and then they hand it to you, and you're like doing this in the car, trying to not spill it all over yourself. But all right, let's watch this again here.
But a little more than 5 years ago, you can see the guy, Michael Garcia, who was
So
working
he's
as a
got it. So right there, he's got it. He's good. He's good. He's got both. It looks like he's got both hands on this. How many times has this video been replayed in front of attorneys? Bro spilled it on himself? Maybe. All right, let's try to look.
delivery driver at the time.
Right there. Right there. The dude dropped it. Is it just me? Am I seeing things? The dude dropped it. It was not a situation that it looked like the lid came off. The dude dropped it.
He was picking up an order of 3 venti hot teas at the
Then he
drive-thru
kept
as he
driving.
picks up one of the cups.
Then he
It
kept
falls onto
driving.
his lap. You can see the pain in his face as it spills. This happened at the Starbucks located at 1789 West Jefferson Boulevard. Garcia's attorney says it caused third-degree burns. He had to undergo skin grafts and several other procedures, resulting in permanent and life-changing injuries. Garcia filed a lawsuit against Starbucks in which his attorneys say the video of the incident show the Starbucks employee failing to secure the lid of one of those teas and did not correctly place it in the tray. A couple of days ago, the jury found Starbucks at fault, resulting in the coffee chain to pay Garcia $50 million.
What? Okay, so here's what I don't know. Where does that number come from? Where does $50 million come from? All right, if he had to have skin grafts, if he had to have surgery, if he spent, 2 weeks in the hospital, the biggest number I could possibly think of in the United States, which is still crazy, say it was $1 million. Say his hospital stay and everything together was $1 million. 50 times that? You're going to sue for 50 times that? And I get like there's attorney fees and all that, that's covered. But like, where $50 million? There's no way. There's no way. So the jury found Starbucks at fault, and they have to pay for it, but they haven't yet.
Firm representing him says he initially agreed to a $30 million settlement with the coffee chain, but the company went back on the offer after they refused to agree to apologize to Garcia and remind their employees to double check that the lids are secure.
Whoa. What? So Starbucks came back to this guy. And said, we will settle with you for $30 million. And the dude said, fine, okay, but you have to publicly or officially apologize to me, and you have to retrain your staff. That's all he wanted. And Starbucks said no. Why? Why would they do that?
Starbucks issuing this statement following that verdict saying, quote, we sympathize with Mr. Garcia, but we disagree with the jury's decision
pissed
that we were at fault for this incident and believe the damages awarded to be excessive.
No shit.
We have always been committed to the highest safety standards in our stores, including the handling of hot drinks. So once again, we are at the Starbucks where this incident happened, speaking to people, and like you just heard that man.
Can you imagine being that employee for, what was it, 5 years ago, and just now getting dragged back into this? Like, you would feel so bad. Obviously, the employee didn't do it on purpose. Like, I'm sure they didn't do it on purpose, but oh my God, I would feel so bad. Like, how do you live here with yourself knowing that you caused, like, if you did that, if you did not place the lid on properly, and you gave it to somebody in a tray and then you just kind of like half-assed it, and then they spilled it and they had to have skin grafts and all this stuff, like, I would feel so bad. That's crazy. But still, it drives me nuts. I don't know what I would do. What would you guys do in this situation? Like, things have happened, obviously, in restaurants and both working there and as a customer where I've gotten injured, but like minor injuries, but I never say anything. I'm not that person that's gonna say, oh, I'm gonna sue, like my freaking videos. But there are people like that. There are a lot of people like that. I wouldn't feel any sympathy for him because he's stupid. Damn. Why do they serve drinks so hot that they can give third-degree burns? Yeah, that's a good question, OCD. I don't understand third degree. Third-degree burns is like you're in a freaking fire, right? Like you said, they had to have skin grafts. You can order drinks extra hot, which is about 180 degrees. But I'm actually surprised. I'm pretty surprised now that I think about it. That's a good point. I'm surprised that 180-degree liquid can cause third-degree burns through your clothes. Oh, unless he was wearing shorts. We didn't really see what he was wearing. He could have been wearing shorts. Oh, we're going to talk about the barbecue sauce next. We're going to talk about the barbecue sauce next. I don't know anything about that incident, so we'll we'll see what happens with that. But that's crazy, guys. Freaking $50 million. All right, so we'll put that away. This next story, this is what we talked about in our Discord channel. And if anybody wants to join our Discord, if you're in Twitch, you can just type the word Discord and it'll pop it up on the screen, the address. But it's Scubes Kitchen if you want to join our Discord. So somebody submitted this, and this is the same damn thing. This is apparently a barbecue place in Texas. Bill Miller Barbecue adds warning labels after $2.8 million lawsuit settlement. The labels read, "Caution, contents are hot," in bold black lettering on a yellow background. I'm guessing somebody burned themselves, but like, what was it? What was it? There's a video about this.
Big breaking news. A jury has found Bill Miller Barbecue 100% liable in the case of a San Antonio woman who spilled hot barbecue sauce on herself. She had been suing for more than $1 million. So what did the jury decide? We just found out. News 4 San Antonio.
How can barbecue sauce be that hot?
From the Bexar County Courthouse with this major verdict, Stephanie.
Well, Robert, it took the jury less than 2 hours to decide that Bill Miller was at fault for the hot barbecue sauce that burnt Genesis Monita on the thigh, causing second-degree burns and a permanent scar. Now, the jury says Bill Miller has to pay close to $1.9 million for her pain and suffering. Monita says since the incident that happened in May of 2023, no one from Bill Miller has taken accountability, much less apologized to her.
I mean, okay, I would apologize. Of course, if you were the manager on duty, or if this got all the way into the court system, obviously the president, CEO, owner, whatever of Bill Miller's, it's probably Bill Miller, at least issue an apology. Like, at least fly out to wherever this person is, meet them in person, apologize like profusely on behalf of the company. That's the right thing to do. If they haven't done any of that, then screw them. Honestly, screw them. Because that's bullshit. Like, that really pisses me off. Like, where's your decency in customer service? Like, somebody got injured at your restaurant and you're not even gonna apologize for it? Like, fuck off. Like, that really pisses me off. All right. I'm gonna calm down. A little. But seriously, how is barbecue sauce that hot? How can you get an actual burn from freaking barbecue sauce? I don't get it. I've never been to Bill Miller's. I don't know where it's at. It's in Texas somewhere. Sued because she spilled hot barbecue sauce on her.
I just hope Bill Miller's can be more, put their customers more at first, just not try to blame them right away like they did to me. Kind of listen them out first instead of just blaming them.
Attorneys for Monita claim the barbecue sauce that burned her was almost 25 degrees hotter than the required temperature. And in 2021, another customer had already been burned by barbecue sauce from that same location, but nothing was done about it. Monita's attorneys also say Bill Miller's policy says the hot barbecue sauce should have been served in a styrofoam container, but was instead served in a much thinner plastic cup, which caused Monita to burn her hands and fingers, causing her to spill that barbecue sauce.
This is like, I swear I am watching a comedy. Is this a comedy? Is this a joke? Please tell me this is a joke. All right, the Starbucks one, I get. I get more than this. I see what happened in the video. It was freaking probably 180 plus degrees, spilled right in his lap. I get that. This lady This lady spilled barbecue sauce on herself and got burned and is suing for $2 million. Like, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Again, Bill Miller, apologize to your customers, but absolutely
Like
not.
Genesis said, no one ever apologized.
And
to
you,
her
sir,
until
are a
after this
douchebag.
verdict was the first time that anyone said I was sorry in the courtroom, and they didn't even say it to her. So this sends a message.
How does, okay, all right. If you're not wearing any clothes and it's your raw skin, right? It's your open skin and you spill, but it's freaking barbecue sauce. How does that happen? How does this happen?
Now, we did ask for comment from Bill Miller. The attorneys representing the company declined to comment, but earlier in the trial, they did say that Bill Miller had already offered to reimburse Monita for her medical expenses, her lost wages, and they had even offered her money to get her car cleaned. Reporting live, Stephanie Escobar.
Okay. All right. Now I'm even more mad. The company reached out and offered to pay all of her medical expenses to get her car cleaned. They offered to do that. They offered to pay her money, and she said no. Why? Because she wants more money. Because she thinks this is an opportunity to make as most money as possible. Yeah, $2 million. You know what's fair? Here's what's fair. Hey, I injured myself at your restaurant and I had to go to the hospital. Oh, Mr. or Miss Customer, we're so sorry about that. We will pay for whatever your medical expenses are. Just send us the bill. We're so sorry. That's fair. That's absolutely fair. I'm incorrect, Scubes. About what, Rick? What makes me incorrect? The jury awarded her the money. The jury awarded her the money. No, I understand. But in order for the jury to award her the money, there has to be a monetary value put on it in court. So her and her attorneys said, hey, we're going to sue. How much should we sue for? $10 million. No, $10 million is too much. How about $2 million? Okay, we'll sue for $2 million. So the jury is given all that information. So when they're deliberating, they see the number. The jury doesn't pick a number. The jury just decides the verdict. You're telling me the jury decides the number? I don't know about that. After finding Bill Miller was grossly negligent, the jury awarded money to $1.9 million in punitive damage. That's fine, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know if the jury decides how much money. I think the jury just decides the verdict. Yeah. I mean, I'm not a lawyer, and I don't know how our legal system even works, really. In most civil cases, juries determine whether to award punitive damages and so the amount. That's interesting. I don't know. Now we're going to get into a legal battle. We're going to get into a Scoops Kitchen legal battle because I'll be the first one to admit the legal system is so freaking confusing. I don't know how it works. What's up, Pazateco? Welcome. Man, unbelievable. That's just freaking unbelievable, guys. All right. Woo! I got a little heated on that. Now this next one, I feel very passionately about this. I feel really passionate about this, and this it's not really political. I mean, everything's political, but I think this is a good cause. And I'm really interested to see what happens. So apparently, California is looking to ban ultra-processed foods from public schools. Let me read that again. California is looking to ban ultra-processed foods from public schools. So, What exactly does that mean? I thought this has been well in the works. I thought this has been in the works for a long time. Apparently not. Apparently not. California is looking to ban ultra-processed foods from public schools. Here's what that means. A new bill from Assembly member Jesse Gabriel aims to phase out harmful foods by 2032. And it's getting bipartisan support. We'll see about that. I mean, school foods suck. Yes, Duck. I don't know if there's a lot of people that would disagree. I think most people feel that school food is awful because it's a budget issue. It's gonna suck harder now. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see what this is all about. I'm really interested to hear how this is gonna work.
This week, state lawmaker Jesse Gabriel introduced legislation that would phase out certain foods from being served in state public schools.
Today, I spoke with Assemblyman Gabriel about his bill and the road ahead.
Assembly member Jesse Gabriel,
Your food was
thank
amazing.
you so much for joining us.
Let's you're in Europe.
Right to it and start with the basics of AB 1264. What are you hoping to accomplish? What would the bill do, and what has the response been?
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. So we were really excited to introduce this new legislation in the California State Assembly. This is a bill that would be a first in the nation bill to phase out harmful ultra-processed foods from school meals served here in the state of California.
California did something good.
It was we create a definition of ultra-processed foods, and then it would ask state scientists to work with experts at the University of California to identify a category of what we call particularly harmful ultra-processed foods. And that would be based on things like they include ingredients that are banned or restricted in other countries.
Oh, not the hostess.
That there's scientific evidence linking those
Don't
foods
take away
or
the
ingredients
hostess.
in those foods to harms like cancer or metabolic disease or obesity or other factors like that. And then we would take that category of particularly harmful foods and we would phase them out of school meals by the year 2032, with the idea here that parents should feel confident that the food that's being served to their kids in schools is healthy and nutritious.
Yeah.
And that it's not going to
Basic. This is
cause,
basic shit.
physical health issues, that it's not going to cause mental health issues, and that it's not going to interfere with their ability to learn.
It's nice to hear that you can get bipartisan support on this, but who would be against this bill?
Food companies.
Hopefully nobody.
Hopefully nobody. Oh, brother. This guy's going to have a rough day. Hopefully nobody. Who's going to be opposed? Who's going to be opposed to you removing products that companies make a shit ton of money off? Probably nobody. Yeah, I don't think anybody will be opposed. Really. Like the food companies that probably give millions of dollars to politics. Yeah, they might be opposed, Assemblyman. You better bring your A game, my man.
You know, we expect that we're going to get some pushback from chemical manufacturers, from the food industry. We have worked on a number of bills here in the state of California. California has really been at the forefront of this movement. So 2 years ago, I introduced a bill to remove 4 harmful chemicals from all foods that are sold here in the state of California.
Like red
We
dye.
then saw the FDA under the Biden administration essentially follow our lead here in California and ban 2 of those chemicals at the federal level. Last year, we passed bipartisan legislation
They
to
just removed red
synthetic
dye.
food dyes from schools, again, with strong bipartisan support and really overcoming some.
It only
some
took like
opposition from the
50
chemical
years.
companies. And what was so exciting to me about this new proposal that we've introduced is it's broader. It's going to really do a lot more to protect the health and safety of our kids. And we introduced it with incredibly broad bipartisan support. I had my colleague James Gallagher, who is the Republican leader, my colleague Alex Lee, who is the chair of the Progressive Caucus. You don't often see them agreeing on issues. You don't often see them coming together. But this common sense
kids'
notion
health
that we should
be
protecting
important.
our kids from dangerous and harmful additives in food is something that we have really been able to rally a lot of different folks.
Well, let's talk about implementation. If the bill is enacted, what does the path forward look like for the schools, for the state, for the food companies, and how will you enforce it?
Yeah.
So the way that the bill would work is it would provide 2 years for state scientists to work with experts at the University of California to come up with this category of particularly harmful foods. And then we would give them a number of years until 2032 to slowly phase those products out of schools. We understand that there's some complexities in the way that school districts negotiate contracts with vendors and suppliers. So we're going to ask them to do it in a way that's workable for them. We have a lot of experience working with school districts and with food companies from the prior legislation that we've done. And it also will ultimately force a decision for some of the food manufacturers. They're going to have to decide, do they want to remove the harmful ingredients from their products, in which case they'll be allowed to continue to sell them in California schools, or do they want to have their products banned? And one of the reasons we think this is an approach that's going to work quickly, we serve over 1 billion school meals here in the state of California every year. So that is a big market. That's a lot of meals, and we think a lot of these manufacturers are going to choose to tweak their recipes rather than give up on the opportunity to sell into that market.
I don't know if that's true. Do you know how much money it would cost these food manufacturers to change their recipes and their ingredients? Astronomical amount of money. The other problem is schools have very limited budgets. That's where these meals come from, because they're cheap, and better quality food probably is going to cost more money. And this is all coming after all this new stuff about the Department of Education being shut down and all that going back to the states. So California, actually, I grew up in California. California has a lot of problems. They have a lot of issues, a lot of things that I don't agree with. However, they are usually at the forefront, like this guy said, of nutritional type stuff. And so California might get it together, but if it's up to each state to decide this, like there's so many states that are going to be like, screw that. Like, I'm not doing that. So this is really going to be interesting to see how this plays out.
You mentioned some of the work that you've done on the subject.
That's mean, Duck.
I'm curious, why has this become such a passionate cause for you? Do you have kids?
All right. Don't care. Anyways. Man. That's mean. That's mean, Doc. That's mean. That's messed up. That is messed up. Anyways. This could be really interesting to see. I'm all for it. I don't think a lot of people would disagree that that school food needs to be upgraded a little bit, because it hasn't in many years. What's up, Drew? Welcome. Man, that's all I had for food news, guys. That's all I had for food news. I wish I was able to play. I'm just not into gaming right now. I'm still don't feel 100%. Maybe next week though. Damn, it's Sunday, isn't it? It's Sunday. Damn. Can't believe it's Sunday. What'd you guys do this weekend? Anybody do anything good? It was raining pretty much all day yesterday. I didn't do much at all. You're about to leave for work. Nice. He missed the landing strip. Don't be mean. People can't control that stuff. It is what it is. We're all born the way we look. I mean, you could get it changed. I think the oh, he missed it. This is what they were referring to. I think the woman on the left though has got some things changed. I'm just saying. I don't know for sure, but this is Southern California News Channel, and I'm just guessing. You hope I feel better? Thanks, buddy. I am feeling better. You worked all weekend, Doc? Jade went on walks and made banana bread. Hell yeah, that's my kind of weekend right there. Woo! My kind of weekend. Walks and banana bread. Damn. Last week you had a cheer competition. First place in cheer competition. Congrats, dancer. Congrats. Very nice. Bummed around and watched March Madness. Oh man, it's March Madness. Yeah, that's the other thing. Living outside the U.S., I am so lost on things. I was an avid fantasy football player for years, 8 years. I think I was in the same league, like buddies of mine that I grew up with. And after I moved out of the US, like I was just lost. I had no interest in watching the games. I couldn't even find the games half the time. It was a mess. So now I don't know what's going on anymore. I don't even know what's going on. What do I think of Dre Talbert restaurant content? You mean Drew Talbert? Yes, Drew is great. He's an actor. He's a writer. He makes great content. Went to Fun Station. Oh, a trampoline park? That's pretty cool. Hell yeah. I haven't been to a trampoline park in a long time. I'd probably break both my knees if I went to a trampoline park. You don't even know what time it is. What time is it? It's 8:45. My time. Played Xbox? Nice. Nice. Nothing wrong with a little Xbox. Thank you, Big Campin'. I appreciate that, man. It's 1:45 Pacific Daylight Time. Now, that's interesting, Rick. You decided to use Pacific Daylight Time instead of Pacific Standard Time. Eastern Daylight Time. Now, can we get show of hands here, if anybody's left here? Who uses Standard Time and Daylight Time? Like EST? I say Standard Time. So if I was talking about Pacific Time, I would say PST or EST. But I guess some people say EDT, Eastern Daylight Time. I don't know. Oh, so the recipient of a duck gifted sub right there. Very nice. Everyone except Arizona and Hawaii. How do you make a crepe? Oh man, a crepe is rough because it has to be so thin. You know what the best thing is? You can get one of these little spinning griddles. It's like you seen these like when they actually make crepes, because you only use a tiny little bit of batter, but it spins it out from the middle. So you pour it in the middle and it spins it out, so it's like super thin. But when you're making crepes, the easiest thing to do is use if you have a skillet, like a flat skillet almost, not like a rounded pan or anything like that. I can't think right now. My brain hurts. Anyways, just use a little bit of batter. You can't make it too thin. Giving back to the community. That's right, Duck. That's right. What happened, Rick? What did Rick do? I lived in Arizona, by the way. I know you mentioned Arizona because the time doesn't change in Arizona. I don't know why it changes anywhere else. That's the next thing. That's the next debate. When are we going to get rid of freaking daylight savings time? Wait, whoa. Eastern Daylight Time and Eastern Standard Time are two different times, though? There you go, Duck. Go make some dollars. Making the bacon. Wait a minute. We're on daylight savings time right now, so we're on EDT. All right, now I'm just getting confused. EST and EDT are different? Why? Why? This is too much. This is too much for any human to have to remember. I can't be the only one that didn't know this. Daylight savings is stupid? Yeah. You know the craziest thing? No, we have daylight savings in Europe. You know the craziest thing though? It doesn't happen at the same time as the United States. Not even close. It's almost a month apart. Daylight savings time in Europe is almost a month later. Was it later? Month later, I think, or earlier. I don't remember. I think it's a month later than the US. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Coming on at 12 Eastern today, but you showed up at 1 EDT. Okay, now you're just messing with everybody. Silly Californian. Arizonanite? Arizonan. Why do I live in Europe? Yeah, why do I live in Europe? So Jules and I were living happily in Arizona. Kind of happily. We hated Arizona. We just didn't like Arizona. Arizona sucks. No offense if anyone's from Arizona. Not a big fan of the heat. It's just too damn hot. It's too hot. It's ugly. I'm not a desert fan. Some people love the desert. I don't like the desert. There's nothing to see. Anyways. But I started doing content stuff, and I could do that from anywhere. And Jules teaches English. At the time, she didn't, but she was like, I want to teach English. So now she teaches English. So we could do those things from anywhere. And we're like, hey, we love adventuring and exploring and stuff. Let's move to Europe. Yeah, let's go. Let's do it now. So 14 months later, because it took a long time to get our visas and all that crap, we moved. And that was over 2 years ago. And we're having a good time. Having a great time. Hold on, what did I miss? What's wrong with 24-hour time? I like 24-hour time. I was in the military. Got used to 24-hour time. It makes sense to me. I still have it. Oh, I can't. Yeah, I have it on my phone. Right now, my phone says 2050. Doesn't say 850. It says 2050. That's how it should be. When does daylight savings end in Europe? I have no idea. How am I feeling? I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling all right. Each day is a little bit better. I sound a little nasally. There's a little congestion. My nose is really sensitive. And it's a little bit of pain. Not much, but it's just mostly sensitive. Because now it's all healing inside, but there's like scabs. So you know that feeling when you have a scab, it feels like tight when you like move the skin around. That's how it feels in my nose. It's really uncomfortable. And guys, sinus surgery sucks balls. It sucks. I'm sorry if anybody is contemplating having any kind of nose surgery, but whoo, it sucks, man. It sucks. Scrolling through comments. Arizona is only cool during the winter if you love staying in your home with AC. The weather in Arizona is really, really nice for a few months. The problem with Arizona weather is, and people that don't live in Arizona they always say this. Well, summer's only 3 months. It's only 3 months summer. Bullshit. It's 3 months summer. It's 6 months. 6. Yeah, 6. It's 6 months of misery, of hot as hell. And the problem in Arizona is where it's situated geographically, it does not cool down at night. So it could be 3 o'clock in the morning and be 95, 100 degrees with no wind whatsoever. If you walk outside in the summertime, if you walk outside at 3 o'clock in the morning, you're going to feel like you're in an oven. There's no air. It's just freaking hot. It sucks. Hold on. I'm catching up on comments. You love 24-hour time, Katie? I do too. If I sneeze right now, would it hurt? No, OCD. That's a great question because when most people sneeze, you sneeze through your nose and some of it comes out your mouth, right? Like nose, and it's like a nose-mouth combo. But you can sneeze only through your mouth if you want to. So I sneeze through my mouth and there's no pain because there's no pressure that's happening in the nose. Drew, have a good one. Thanks for dropping by. The Voldemort nose. Ooh. This guy on what? Let's see. 3 days of summer. That's just as bad. 6 months in which you can fry eggs on a sidewalk. I actually did that in Arizona. I did try to cook an egg. It didn't work. It was 130 I think it was 113 degrees when I tried to do this outside. And so if it's 113 degree air temperature, the sidewalk is probably, I don't know, 130, 140, something like that. But not hot enough, guys. It's not hot enough. It did not work. Sounds like Texas, but with humidity. What, Arizona? You mean without humidity? It's a dry heat. Yeah, that's the best. That's the best. It's a dry heat, guys. You Arizonans, it's a dry heat. Screw you. Okay? If you're comparing, and this is what I would always tell people, if you're comparing the same temperature, if you're in Florida and it's 90 degrees, and if you're in Arizona and it's 90 degrees, there's a big difference. There's a huge difference. And I would rather be in Arizona because 90 degrees in Florida is awful. It's like you took a shower. It's like you're just wet. However, that's not usually the case because it could be 117 in Arizona. And let me tell you, when it's 117 degrees, it doesn't matter if it's dry or not. It sucks. You walk outside and it's 117 degrees, you feel there's usually a breeze. And if there's a breeze, you feel like your eyeballs are roasting inside your head. Like there's sand in your eyes. Like that's what it feels like at 117. You mouth sneeze? Are we a bunch of mouth sneezers here? Mouth breathers are terrible, but mouth sneezers. Hell yeah. Mouth sneezers. Fist bump. Been in Vegas around Thanksgiving. It was in the 70s. Yeah, there you go. 70s is nice. That's a good number. 70s is a good number. It's not. 117 sounds like living in an air fryer. Yeah, it's terrible. I mean, it's not always 117. But the other problem with Arizona is that it has the most number of days over 100 degrees. The most. It's like always over 100 degrees. In the summertime from like June to August, okay? June to August, it is 100 degrees almost every day. Almost every day. So think about that. It doesn't, you wake up in the morning, oh, what's the weather going to be like? Doesn't matter. It's 100 degrees. What's the weather going to be like this weekend? 100 degrees. Like, you can't do anything. You can't do nothing. It sucks. It really sucks. Now, the flip side to that is where we live now, it rains like a shit ton. It rains a lot. It rains a lot. And it's the same problem, but it's not as bad. Like the end result is the same where you don't want to go outside and you don't want to do anything in the rain. However, it's still, I would still rather have it raining than be 102 degrees. That's just my personal opinion. My personal opinion. All right. Jeez, guys. I barely made it an hour on this stream. Barely made it an hour. I'm running out of juice. I'm feeling better every day. I'm just not there yet. I don't feel like gaming and doing anything. I'm old and grumpy. I'm turning into an old grumpy bastard. Damn. Move to the UK? No. You know what? We love the UK. They speak English, which is nice. It's very expensive. The UK is very expensive. But man, as far as like the people and the like the way it looks, the countryside and all that, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. Your dad says, "Oh, hello, Mr. Jules. Hello, Steve. Steve. It's cheaper than the U.S. A lot of places are cheaper than the U.S. I don't want to go back to the U.S. Screw that. Hell no. Absolutely not. We're actually moving. We're moving to Italy, guys. You heard it here first. We're moving to Italy in October. Why not? Why not? Portugal's been fun. We've had a good time. It's a beautiful country. The people are super nice, like the nicest people. The nicest people. We rent this house, and the owners live in France, but they also live in Portugal sometimes. They're Portuguese, but they live in France. Anyways, now normally, like, I have a rental house in Arizona. Jules and I have a rental house in Arizona, and if we were wandering around and we saw the tenants in our rental house, like, we would walk. We were just talking about this. We would walk the other way. We'd be like, "Oh my God, I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to." No, that's just us. That's just us. We were walking today. We took a walk with Winston today, and we randomly saw the couple that owns this house, and we were like, "Oh, great," because they don't speak any English, and our Portuguese is terrible, and they also speak French. So they speak French and Portuguese, neither of which we speak, and they don't speak any English. So we have to communicate on our phones, like on these apps, like whatever, translation apps. So we were walking the dog, and we came up to them, and we're like, "Oh, hey, hi, whatever." And the first thing the dude's is like, "Cafe?" Like, cafe? And he's like pointing, like, "Do you come have a coffee with us?" And I was like, No, thank you, because we just wanted to go home. And we're not, like, super social. And we were dressed, we were lounging and whatever. I didn't feel great. But he was like, no, come on, cafe. So he was like, "You gotta come and have coffee." I'm like, "What are you gonna do?" So we literally follow this guy down the street to where their house is. It's like super close to this place. And they invite us in, and we sit and have coffee and like fumble around in a conversation via translation app. And it was like a really nice time. But that's so crazy. That would never happen in the US. It would never happen. But the people here are super nice. That was a very long-winded answer to it wasn't an answer. It was just I don't know, guys. Anyways, it's been great here in Portugal. But we're gonna do something different. And we're going to move to Italy. I've completely been missing comments. You despise the British, Cat. We love the Brits. We love British people. They're super friendly and fun. Do you consider moving to Italy an upgrade, a downgrade, or neither? Oh, OCD. That's a good question. Okay, so for us, it's an upgrade. But maybe not in the ways that you would think. It's an upgrade because mainly our food, the type of food that we want, the food culture in Italy is amazing, and it fits right into what the type of food that we like, and it's kind of a big deal to us. Because why is that a terrible thing to say? Jules says that's a terrible thing to say. I'm not saying the food here is bad. It's just not for us. We don't love it. What's wrong with that? I can say that. Jules is getting on my case. Calm down, Jules. That's not a rude thing to say. Jules is I'm getting yelled at, guys. It's not a rude thing to say. The food is not bad. There's nothing wrong with the food here. I'd say it's an upgrade just because of the food, not the personal upgrade. It's not because of like this place sucks or the people or anything like that. Jules is giving me the side eye. Side fist? You guys heard it here. That's domestic violence. Jules is gonna punch me in the face. Not in the nose, Jules. Cappuccino. Anyways, so maybe an upgrade was the wrong word to use. It's a different experience. We're excited about it because of little things like the food culture. And yeah, I don't know. But Portugal's great. Portugal's been a really good time. Really good time. We've had a lot of fun. We've been here for over 2 years. Over 2 years. And by the time it'll be 3 years by the time we move in October. Oh yeah, Jules has been playing. Jules and I started playing Elder Scrolls Online, and it's a good game. It's such a good game. There's so much content. because it's like a 10-year-old game. There's so much content. It's really good. Cheap pizza. Yeah, the other thing that's amazing about Italy is that they have a lot of gluten-free stuff. So Jules is celiac, and the fact that she doesn't eat gluten is not like a personal choice. It's because she has like a legitimate allergy to it. Here in Portugal, it's a little bit more difficult to find food that we're comfortable with, which okay, that's kind of a little bit of a problem. We were shocked when we went to Italy. When did we go to Italy? Last month? 2 months ago? That even the pizzas and the pastas at most places we went to, they have a lot of gluten-free options. Yeah. There you go. I don't know a single Portuguese dish, but I know so many Italian dishes. I mean, because that's their thing. That's their thing in Italy, it's the food. A lot of people would say it's the food in Italy, a lot of people. Portugal is like they're a seafaring people, been around a long time. It's one of the oldest countries in Europe. I don't know if you guys knew that. It's been around for a very, very long time. And they were one of the original seafaring people that had like a navy and like merchants that would sail and get spices and goods and stuff like that. And so fish, seafood, big thing here, big thing. Very simple, prepared very simply, very simply. They don't overcomplicate things. Just prepared very, 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 very simple dishes. But it's good, It's just good. It's simple ingredients. Nothing wrong with that. But the biggest thing in Portugal, the biggest dish is called bacalhau. Bacalhau is a word for cod, and what they do is this is very, very traditional. Is when they catch the cod, they fillet it, so they split it in half, right? So you got two sides, and they dry it with salt, like they've done for hundreds and hundreds of years, 1,000 years, I don't know. And so they sell it like that in the stores, just an entire fillet of cod that's dried and salted. And what you do is you take it home and you rehydrate it. Okay, you rehydrate it in water, and all that salt it gets removed, and then you cook with it, and that's a big thing. It's called bacalhau. When am I getting the new tattoo? Bear Cave has a Conan what? Conan Exiles cat? When am I getting the new tattoo? I want a new tattoo. I haven't figured out a design yet. I want the overall theme of my next tattoo to be time. Time, in the sense that time kind of controls everything, and you can't escape time, and time dictates a lot of things in life. So I want the overall theme to be time, but I haven't thought about a design yet. Get my name tattooed across your chest. Don't worry, Kat. I don't think I will be. Can I show my tattoos? Yeah, I got this one here. This is it's an astronaut.
You are a rude man.
Meditating. You can't really see it too well. Hold on. Come on, camera. Figure it out. Oh, for the love of God. The camera can't figure this out. Damn. That ain't working. Anyways. I like fine line. I like fine line tattoos, which my artist does very, very well. And so it's an astronaut sitting in like a meditating position. So there's one. And then this one is like my adventure tattoo. So it's got yeah. So it starts with like the beach down here and some waves, a little palm tree. Goes up, and as it goes up, So it's like if you were looking at the ground and then your eyes came up, right? You would see the ground and then you would see the beach and then you see the mountains and then you see the sky with space. There you go. I feel like tattoos are pretty accepted these days. You got 6. Yeah, that's the thing with tattoos. You get a couple and then you're just like, it's not done yet. Because then you have to be balanced. Like I've got one on each arm, but now like this arm seems like naked up here because the one on this side is small. So now I'm gonna get one here. So and then the next one's like, well, now I gotta go on the other side. Do I have any piercings? No, I don't have any piercings. Winston, come here. Come on. Winston! Hi. What are you doing? You want to say hi? You want to say hi? Oh. Winston, you're so ridiculous. Can you guys hear that? That dog, talk about nose issues, right? Because his pugs have, a scrunchy face. He snores so loud. That freaking dog, this little thing, snores so loud. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. What's up, little hobbit? What a cutie. He is pretty cute. He is pretty cute. All right, guys. I told myself I would do an hour. Give you an hour and 11 minutes. Thanks for hanging out. It's good to be back. I'm easing back into streaming again. But I'll be streaming this week coming up. And hopefully playing some games again. I got a lot of games to play. Oh, yeah, raid. We forgot the raid. All right. We're going to do a raid. For those of you watching on YouTube, if you want to join us for a raid on Twitch, it's Chef Scubes on Twitch. So let's do this, guys. If I remember how. Hold on. Is this the raid? Yeah. There it is. All right, guys. We're going to do it. Thanks for hanging out and watching. I'll see you guys next week. Raid time. Here we go. Let's do it. Go, go, go.